Koreans, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 3 of my plastic surgery experience in Korea, and it's been 3 months since my plastic surgery overseas. My face shape and my nose, I'm loving everything. I feel like my face is a lot balanced and I'm so happy with the result. This video is not only to show you guys my healed appearance, but also my summarization of my whole medical tourism trip in Korea, and also answering your guys' questions that you guys left on part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching part 1 and part 2. You guys left such encouraging comments and great questions, but one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how much was everything? What did you get? And if you guys want to know all those answers, then keep on watching this video because I will be answering them as you guys keep on watching. I am so thankful to Anna from Docfinderkorea because without her, I think I would be lost in Korea. I would not know the culture and I don't know what food I can get because sometimes when the doctor says, oh, soft food, but you're in Korea, so I really don't know what soft food I could eat there because the food choices are kind of different and I don't know what food I can eat or cannot eat. Having Anna there guiding me and helping me and making sure I was okay, and especially talking to the nurses to make sure I'm well taken care of, I'm healthy, I'm safe, and telling the doctors what I want so me and the doctors will be on the same page. It's just absolutely amazing. Like, I do not regret reaching out to Docfinderkorea because I felt safe and I felt like I have someone there to help me along the way. So here is my healed face. As you guys can see, I kind of have a V-line shape. So my side profile is a lot better. My nose, I'm like so obsessed with it. I can breathe so much better. But the healing, I am still healing. I'm still a little bit swollen right here. There are some days where I get super duper swollen and I don't look as good. And there are good days and there are bad days for my healing process. It goes up and down, but it's completely normal. But right now, I'm still a little bit swollen inside right here. And the thing is, when I got septoplasty, apparently there's dried up blood and mucus and sometimes it falls down to my throat and it's like a weird feeling. And now it's time for the Q&A. So I went on Twitter and YouTube and asked you guys to ask me questions about my plastic surgery experience. And a lot of you asked really good questions, but I picked the top questions that are most asked. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first question I got is, I think you looked great now and before, but I want to know, do you think you look different now? Also, how do you feel with the new face? Girl, I just want to let you know, I love my new face. I feel like my face is finally balanced. Putting makeup on is so much more fun. I don't need to worry about my nose or the angles I need to do when I'm taking photos. I feel like I look like the pictures I post on social media because I've been photoshopping my face forever. And now it's like my face is symmetrical. I love you and your content so much. My question, what was your favorite part about getting plastic surgery and what was your least favorite part? So my favorite part about getting plastic surgery was my nose, of course. I didn't know that I had a deviated septum. Like, I had a feeling, but I never really knew I had it because I always wondered why my nose was always so stuffy. Like, I had breathing problems and I always thought it was allergies, but it wasn't. My septum actually collapsed and it caused me to not breathe so well. So every night I would take like Benadryl to make sure my nose is declogged and I can breathe, but it never fixed the problem. So when I got my nose scanned, when I was getting my rhinoplasty consultation, they showed me that I had a deviated septum and the doctor could fix it and my nose would be snatched. So I was like, girl, yes, that was like my favorite part. My least favorite part was definitely the healing part. When I just couldn't breathe through my nose, I felt like I was drowning. Every time I swallow or I drink something, I felt like I was drowning. So that was my least favorite part. But other than that, everything was fine. So the next question is, how and what did you eat during this time? When I was in the hospital, I was eating pumpkin porridge, and when I got discharged, I was drinking pumpkin juice. And the reason for eating pumpkin porridge and drinking pumpkin juice is that it's a very great ingredient for de-swelling and healing in Korea. So whenever you're there, you'll be eating and drinking a lot of pumpkin products. So it's very good for you and very delicious. And also when I get discharged, I ate a lot of soft food, which thank goodness for Anna for taking me to the small market and showing me around of what to get and what not to get and what to avoid. Did you feel anything on your face after plastic surgery? No, I was pretty numb. It was fine. I felt very swollen and that's pretty much it. How long is recovery time? It looks painful. It's not painful, it's just very uncomfortable, and I was on pain medication and I felt fine. It just felt uncomfortable. Everyone's pain tolerance is different, so just because it was okay for me, it may not be for you. So it really depends on each person. Do you sometimes look in the mirror and get surprised by seeing your new face? Yes and no. No, because at the end of the day, I still look like myself, but more enhanced. And I know some of you guys will worry that I will get work done, I'll go overboard, but you guys know me well enough that that's not the case. Some of you guys know that I've always had issues with my nose, and once I found out that I had a collapsed septum, everything made sense for me, everything clicked. And you guys know that I wanted to get my nose done for a very long time, and it's also for my own personal reason and for health reasons too. So now I feel so much better, I can breathe better. And yes, I am a little bit surprised because I'm not used to seeing my nose so nicely done, so slimmed out, and I felt like a whole new person. So I still feel like myself, and I'm surprised but not so surprised because at the end of the day, I still look like myself. How did you find about Docfinderkorea? That's actually a very good question. I was doing research because I was interested in getting plastic surgery on my nose, and I went on YouTube and I saw these YouTubers going through Docfinderkorea, a medical tourism place, and then I saw some other videos and I did some research and I reached out to Docfinderkorea and another medical tourism agency, and honestly, I went to different options, and the feedback and response I got, I felt more comfortable with Docfinderkorea because they were honest, they were realistic, and they were very reasonable. And how they explained things to me just made so much more sense, that every patient is different, so the price is different, and that I should always go to the doctor and have them examine me. Just sending the photo isn't enough. They have to scan my face, scan my nerves and everything to make sure what they can actually do for me. And it just made a lot of sense, and I felt more comfortable going through with Docfinderkorea than other medical tourism places. What was the worst part of your plastic surgery experience? I would have to say not being able to eat the food I want because I can't really chew too much. But girl, you know, I did try to chew a little bit, like pancakes, pudding, bread, ice cream, you know, just really soft food. But not being able to do like fried chicken, French fries, burger, because I can't open my mouth too wide. Like I can only open it like this much, but now I can open my jaw a little bit wider. I'm still healing, but yeah, I think that's the one of the most difficult part of getting plastic surgery on my jaw, is that I can't open my mouth that big. How do you feel now? Can you breathe better? How do you think about your new beautiful face? I feel amazing. Like I feel so much more confident about myself. I feel like my nose is the way I've always wanted it to be. I can breathe so much better, and I feel like my face is snatched, and I feel putting on makeup is a lot more fun. And even without wearing makeup, I feel awesome. I feel amazing. I feel so much more confident with myself. Do you need to do any checkups after a few months? I only went in to get checkups during the first 2 weeks because they want to check my nose and how I'm healing and everything. And Anna from Docfinderkorea was there to translate and make sure I'm getting the medical attention that I need or answering any questions I was asking. So it was very helpful. And during those checkups, they made sure I was healing properly, my stitches were clean, and checked up on my nose. So I went in maybe around 7 times. Were you afraid that with the language barrier, there could be some room for some miscommunication? That's a very good question, and that is why I went with Docfinderkorea, because they can speak Korean and English and understand the culture a lot better, even though at the clinic there is the English interpreter, but it's always good to have another person there just to hear, translate, and communicate what I want to the doctor. And everything was fine. There was no miscommunication. I communicated very thoroughly and get to the point of what I want and show the doctors. So the English interpreter from the hospital and Anna from Docfinderkorea was there to translate everything and answered all my questions. So there wasn't any miscommunications. Why did you decide to get plastic surgery? Great question. I will leave the video in the description box below if you want to watch that, but I explained why I decided to get plastic surgery, and I am not regretting it one bit. After the recovery, did you enjoy your time in South Korea? Yes, I did, and I had Korean barbecue and it was so freaking good. I tried on a hanbok and I had such an amazing time. Can you share with us what scar creams work best for the stitches and scars? So for the stitches, the clinic gave me this cream to clean my stitches, and after the stitches were removed, Anna took me to a pharmacy and suggested this scar cream, and it smells so freaking good. It smells like floral, and it's called No Scar, and I think this was like 20 bucks or so, so it was very cheap. Did the recovery hurt at all, and what do your friends think of your new face? I think they were like, girl, you look snatched, but they also saw my healing process and my bandaged look, and they were all a little worried, but they were like, wow, you look great. Like, they were shook. They were literally shook. Were you surprised with the before and after? How did it feel when they cut off parts of your jaw? Well, one, I was in anesthesia, so I didn't feel anything. I just woke up and they were cut parts of my jaw off, and I was full of stitches underneath my gum lines. But when they showed me the parts of my jaw that they took off, I was so excited. I was so happy. I actually asked the doctor if I could keep it, but due to health hazards, they told me no, but I touched it and it felt so weird. I was a little surprised when they showed me like the skeletal scan of my before and after. Like, I can see so much of a difference. Subtle changes makes a huge difference. How long was the entire process from the time you went to Korea to the actual operation and recovery? Also, how long in total does it take to fully recover from the operation? So to fully recover from the operation, it would say maybe 6 months to a year. And the time from when I arrived in Korea was, I believe, on the 13th of September, and my surgery was on the 15th. So I did like my consultation and my exploring of Korea a little bit before I went under the knife to get my face done and snatched. So I was there for like 3 weeks or so. So yeah, that was around the time frame. In the first video, you talked about how you over the years collected pictures of how your perfect nose or face would look like, and that the assistant Hazel took care of them for you so that they could be shown to the doctor. So I wanted to ask if they took the pictures into consideration and if you ended up with exactly the nose and face you wanted as far as you can tell right now. Yes, yes, and yes. Like, Hazel printed out photos of inspiration for the doctor to look at when he was doing my nose, and originally I wanted to test if I should get a silicone in my nose, but they did that and I don't look good with it, so my nose is like natural technically because they just use my cartilage and everything. My nose is completely natural and my face is exactly how I want it, so I'm shook. Did G&G give you some special papers or something confirming that you got plastic surgery that you showed at the airport, since you look different than the picture on your passport after you got the surgery? I think when people go to Korea, people kind of got used to the fact that people are there for plastic surgery. Even though I was swollen, I still look like myself, and they could tell I got plastic surgery. So I asked Docfinderkorea about that, and they're like, no, you should be fine. I mean, when you go to Korea, they take a photo of you before you set foot into the country. So they always look at you by your ears or something like that, and I didn't have any issues going through the airport and security. I was fine. And now for the most anticipated, most asked questions out of all the questions I received is, how much was for everything? Just to let you guys know, I am not medically licensed to give you professional advice or consultation. If you guys want that, please contact Docfinderkorea so they can give you medically professional advice. I got rhinoplasty, trabinoplasty, septoplasty, tipplasty, and I got facial fat graft, and I got facial contouring as well. So if you guys want to know how much was for everything, contact Docfinderkorea for the exact quotes and costs. And please remember, each person is different. What I got may not what you guys will be needing. So each person is different, and each person's price is different depending on your situation and what you want to get done. Every place is different. You also will have to submit photos for them to evaluate, and they'll let you know what they can do. And they will also let you know that you have to meet with a doctor in order for them to see what they can actually do to your face, because it really depends on your facial structure, your nerves, and everything. Like, there's so much that went on with it that I learned so much from this experience. And I just want to say thank you guys so much. And if you want more information on Docfinderkorea, I'll leave all the information in the links below. And as always, may courage be your wings. If you have not become a Valorian, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you won't miss a single video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.